go over the 4 variations of the jab in the Peekaboo boxing system. So I'm going to start from my Peekaboo fighting stance. The first jab is what I covered already in many videos, is the standard. I'm going to drive off that rear foot, step in with my lead foot, get the shoulder up, snap it, and then I can move my head after my punch. So the standard jab, I'm just jabbing straight in. Pop. Remember, I snap the shoulder and I pop the hip into the jab. I'm not completely turning. So the standard jab, then I move my head. That's the standard jab. I'm going to jab and move. Jab straight into my opponent and then move my head. The next jab is the outside jab. So I'm going to actually add in a slip and a jab and change the angle of my fist when I jab to the head. So the standard jab, I just turn the fist over and bring it back. The outside jab, I'm going to slip to the side, jab up and turn the fist down. Again, imagine him throwing a straight punch or a jab, and I slip his jab and jab him at the same time. So it's the slip and the jab is at the same time. So I'm here, right there. Simple. Then I can move my head. And then I make sure I step in and drive with that jab. So I'm here, step in, outside jab, back home. Step in, turn that thumb down, outside jab, and then I can move my head after my last punch. So that's the second variation, is the outside jab. The outside jab works very well for a shorter fighter going against a taller fighter. Where a taller fighter, if I'm fighting someone shorter, I can use that standard jab more in movement. But if I'm fighting someone taller, I might have to get around, I have to go around his long jab, so I might jab to the outside. That is the outside jab. The next jab is the inside jab, or the slip jab. So instead of slipping and jabbing to the outside, I'm going to jab and slip to the inside of his jab. Okay, so I'm in my stance. I'm going to move my head this way and jab at this upward angle at the same time. So I'm here. My fist can be vertical, can be at a 45. Because if I'm here, when I turn my fist over, it's horizontal. But when I go to that slipping position, it's more at a 45. So I'm in my boxing stance, jab and slip. Again, for the shorter fighter against the taller fighter, you got to get around his jab. And you can't go jab for jab with the taller fighter, so you got to work that outside jab, inside jab, outside jab, standard jab, inside jab. You're working those different angles of the jab. That's number 3, the inside jab. The fourth Peekaboo boxing jab is actually a different number, which is the number 8 to the solar plex. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my head down to the side as I step in. Again, I turn that thumb down and jab to the body. Again, I'm in my stance. I get my head down, I slip all the way down and jab. I go lower now. I don't leave my head up where he can hit me with the right hand. I go lower, get my head parallel with the ground. Again, I'm in my stance. I'm going to throw the body jab down, making sure I step in. If you're a shorter fighter, again, you have to step in to get to your opponent. So now let's review all 4 of the Peekaboo boxing jabs. First one's going to be the standard. Remember, I pop that shoulder straight in, pop, move my head. Standard. Make sure you breathe out on your punch. Now I'm going to go outside, where I jab and slip at the same time. All right, now I'm going to go inside, where I, again, jab and slip, but to the opposite side. And I can step in on that one. Now I'm going to go to the body jab. Get my head offline. That is the 4 basic jabs for the Peekaboo boxing style.